Welcome to StratNews Global. I'm Tripti Nath. I'm very pleased to present before you my interview with the top bureaucrat of the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Mr. Keshav Chandra.
Tell our viewers a little about Andaman and give us an overview.
Madam, Andaman Nicobar Islands is archipelago, almost 1400 kilometers away from the mainland. It's much closer to the Southeast Asian countries like Indonesia, then Thailand, and Myanmar. And that's why strategically it's very, very important. And it has a huge geography. If you compare it to the mainland cities, it is much bigger than any of these city-states also. It has an area of 8,249 square kilometers. So, and it has 836 islands, small and big islands. Out of that, 31 are inhabited.
31
islands are inhabited. So, communication obviously has been traditionally a big problem here. But with the introduction of shipping services and then helicopter services, then there is a road which is connecting South Andaman to North and Middle Andaman. The connectivity problem to a certain extent has been overcome. But the other challenges remain as it is quite far from the mainland. So at times when the bad weather sets in, then the provisioning and other things becomes challenging.
Mm-hmm.
But as you can make out, that it's a fantastic tourist destination. In fact, every year you have almost 3 lakh tourists coming here. And its famous Radhanagar beach ranks in top 10 beaches in the world. And so, in fact, all the European people from European countries, the British, and also Japanese come up, in certain numbers. Japanese have a tradition in the sense that they are historically related to this place.
Sure.
Because from 42 to 45 they were here in Andaman. British obviously they started the settlement here in 1788. The erstwhile the capital was called Port Blair, so there was a person called Archibald Blair. So he was a hydrographer. He came here, and after him this place was named. Now it has been renamed as Vijayapuram, Sree Vijayapuram. And so tourists obviously the two big potential area for this archipelago is one is tourism, second is fisheries.
Mm-hmm.
And these are two areas where we are concentrating and we are trying to develop policies which are investor friendly and also how to develop the tourism sector as such. Second area where this archipelago draws attention is also about PVTs, but like vulnerable tribal groups. So there are 6 of them. The first is obviously Andamanese. Andamanese was the most numerous during British times, but because of the policy, repressive policy of the British, and also they fought 2 wars with the British, the number dwindled substantially. And at present, the number of Andamanese is 57. Sorry, Andamanese tribe. So actually, Great Andamanese is it's a group of generic tribes, 10 sub-tribes. The 10 tribes are from north to south. You can see the tribes were Kari, Koda, Jeru, Bo, Bia, Balawa, Jawai, Kuchiwar, Kedekol. So these were 10. So these 10 subgroups were there, and then ultimately now you have only Jeru which are left, and almost 57 of them are living here. Then you have the most numerous tribes at present is Jaras, and Jaras never had any contact with this. In fact, they always had a kind of inimical situation. British used to raid them, and they fought British. At present, they are almost 630, 40 number. And then you have Champagne in the southern groups, and they are of Malay stock, Mongoloid stock. And then you have Onges, which is also a Negrito stock of Andamanese and Jaras. They are in a place called Little Andaman. they also kept themselves away from the British, though they had one or two encounters with the British in certain areas. And so you have Andamanese, Jaras, Onges, Champagne, and then last Sentinelese, which is very enigmatic tribe because they never prefer any contact from the outside world. Neither so legally it is not permitted to go there also. They have been living there for thousands of years without any problem. And so our policy is, Government of India's policy is eyes on, hands off, that we keep a watch, but we do not go there.
So, sorry to interrupt you, but I just want to know, are these tribes literate? I mean, how do they educate literally?
Yeah, so the Jaras, Andamanese are now, they have adopted modern way of life. So you can see they are there in Straight Island also and in Sree Vijayapuram also. But the Jaras is still there in their original habitat. And so we have very limited interaction with them. There is a society, Government of UT Society. It's called Adim Janjati Vikas, and which actually only few trained people are allowed to go and make contact with them. And they understand the needs and this in terms of food, in terms of medicine, or whenever there is a requirement. This is being catered to through that AAG.
Is there any expression of interest on the part of these tribes to benefit from central government very good schemes like Tasha and all?
No, so there are schemes. There are Government of India schemes, and we top it off with UT scheme. So UT scheme also, So we have all the schemes for them. In fact, one of the Andamanese girl is doing MBBS at present.
Yes, I came to know.
And also there's a boy who's a junior engineer in PWD department. Many of them are in police service. So limited contact, and then Jaras, these anthropologists, actually traditionally their language and was studied. In British time also there was a person called Portman and Corbin. He was a pastor, and so they studied their language and they compiled it also. But after we have taken over, then we have done a lot of research in that, and after learning their language and the linguistic nuances of their language, they have come up with a book primer called Ankatha. So Ankatha is traditionally the words in their language and also the traditional knowledge that they possess. So that is being printed and their children are taught in that.
Has combined this.
So we have experts in that.
Even your Andaman administration.
It has experts. And very, very dedicated people, they have done that.
So how did you reach out to them during COVID? I think
AJBS, yes, I told you, the society, through that society, and some people make contacts with them and then with that.
How about the Sentinelese?
Sentinelese, we do not go there. We do not go there. They maintain the isolation, complete isolation. And so we respect that. And nobody is allowed to go there.
And I read somewhere, I think in the museum, there was a newspaper clipping that somebody from the Onge tribe exercised this vote with 2024. Shumpins.
Yeah, Shumpins, they came and they voted, and we could explain the value of election, so they came and voted.
So how many of them voted?
Not many, but substantial. There are 30-40 of them. As it is, the number is 100 something.
127.
Yeah. So some of them had come and voted.
So this is one aspect. People want to gain knowledge. I met a CA this right from Tower. People have come from Rajasthan, Rajasthan, know about Felchi. That's one aspect why people want to go to Andaman. That's brilliant actually. The other thing about Andaman is the cellular gym, which attracts a lot of respect. So,
see, tribes, we do not promote too much of tourism. If you want to learn something about the tribes, then enough literature is there.
Right.
The interaction we do not promote at all.
No, not the interaction. People go to the museum.
So from museums you can gather information. One. Second is that also, as I told you, from 1788, after a brief interregnum of 60 years, British came here 78, 1796 they went back. After that, 1858 they again came here and they made settlement. From 1858 till 1947 they were here. So, and also this is a place where our freedom fighters have endured so much of brutality and torture, and they were confined in cellular jail. Cellular jail is icon. It's an icon of our freedom struggle. So not many people come here and they just visit that cellular jail there, where you have some of the great freedom fighters were kept here. It's interesting.
I think Modi ji also went.
Yes, on the Prime Minister also.
And I think that will also got people motivated to come there.
Yes, many people
Yes,
come. Yes.
And the renaming of the airport
Yes.
South
Yeah.
it's many years back.
Yes.
But so that is one thing. And the last thing I want to know is, did you have some golden figures of the founding awareness?
So this year,
last year, and
last year it was 7,500 almost.
in the tourist season,
In the tourist season, October to March. February end and March it ends. But this year it will substantially cross that, because we already crossed the previous year's figure.
So anything that you are doing, what you would like to allow viewers to raise the profile of the Andamans there?
So as I told you, you have seen it yourself. It's a heaven on earth. And we are also formulating policy to attract investments here, especially in tourism sector as such. We have floated 6 new policies, and we're just waiting for the response. So hopefully that response should be enough.
We at Adani, under the leadership of our chairman, Mr. Gautam Adani, have always tried to address the needs of the country and citizens of India. For us, Atmanirbhar Bharat is not a slogan. It's non-negotiable for India to help achieve self-reliance and self-sufficiency.
So can you please tell me a little about this book, Tripti Nath, that you have written? I have seen and heard from people about this book. This is called When Turquoise Waters Turn Dark, and it has a foreword by the very celebrated Prabhu Rai. And so it's a Penguin publication.
Yes.
I can see from the trade character. And so please tell us a little about the book. Nobody can tell us better than you.
So the book is one about, actually, as I told you, generally profitable books are written where there is a predominance of photograph, and so we thought that let's see the islands from different angle. And I have some interest in photography, and during my period, wherever I had visited, I had taken photographs, and so I thought that why not to compile a book which will also give authentic historical account of entire era.
As this just been released?
Yes, this is just been released. Actually, this is the advanced copy. The real print has not come as it. There's just one advanced copy. So the entire book, it is filled with photographs, obviously, of the place. Yeah, and also the historical account from 1788 to 1947. So whatever happened in these islands, in 6 chapters, this will be.
As you also talk about the cellular jails.
Yes, there is a chapter. Yeah, there is a chapter on cellular jail. In fact, there were 2 important jails here. Which one's up? What are you saying? One was on Whitewall, and other was on Chabat.
Total districts.
So this is this part of Ross Island now. Earlier it was called Ross Island. So there was Anglican Church, which is in obviously the yes.
There's another church at the Japanese built somewhere.
So there's a temple, Japanese temple in the there's the one part, the circle Gandhi Park. Very tiny temple.
Which is not
nearby only. Not very far. So this is like channel.
So are any localities also named after the Japanese here?
No.
No. None.
So this is the Viper Island gallows,
No.
which is the surviving one.
Okay.
And
You can't go to Viper Island. Can
you a bit difficult, but you could go there. And this is again Viper Island gallows. That's yes, this is the cellular chain corridor where
This is the Viper.
no, this is cellular chain.
This is the cellular.
Yeah. So this is the cellular chain during night.
Wonderful. Have you got construction folks?
This is I mean photography. If you capture the traffic movement, and so in a long exposure, then comes out.
So they have got some special artistic effects. What camera
Yeah.
is this? This is
No,
my
no,
mobile.
No.
This is a Nikon.
Yeah. So I use Fuji film, but yeah, this is also a cellular chain and morning. This is the cell where these are the cascade.
And I'm told that he was kept in such solitary confinement that even his brother did not know that he
Yeah.
was saying word.
Why? Yeah, it's there. So this is rejected.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
There's a lot more coming up on the Andamans, so stay tuned in the coming week.